Hello friends, and welcome to another 3-minute Game Pass. I'm Nathan, and today I'm going to tip this Game Pass games worth your time and bandwidth. Today's game is Gears Tactics. Gears of War, distinguished game where you go into cover and shoot stuff. Wait, what if you did that, but it was XCOM? Squad-based tactics? Psycho Mantis? Gears Tactics is a PC and Xbox cross-release. It does feature cross-achievements, but for whatever reason, it does not cross-save. It is Series S and X upgraded for better frame rate and visuals, and the game will last you about 20 to 25 hours. So what exactly is Gears Tactics? Well, it's a spin-off of the popular Gears of War franchise, or just Gears now, I guess, which ditches third-person shooting for a squad-based, turn-based tactics game in the vein of XCOM. The game takes place before the original Gears trilogy at the start of the Locust War. You play as Gabe, a gear-turned mechanic who is pulled out of the chop shop and back into the war to go fight some locusts. The game is, as stated, a turn-based tactical shooter with lots of the trappings of the genre. You're given an allotment of action points per character, and you can use those to move, shoot, reload, or perform abilities. What sets this game apart is its injection of Gears of War mechanics and aesthetic that work really well. Abilities like being able to chainsaw enemies or use a bayonet charge from Gears games proper are here, as well as executing downed enemies, which give your squad more action points as a reward. And staples like emergence holes will continue to spawn enemies until grenaded, so on and so forth. Your active squad can consist up to 4 teammates plus 1 if you're playing the Jack mode, and all units have a different class with varying abilities and specializations, such as Point with stealth and a shotgun, Medic with heal grenades, or a Heavy with a mulcher. You have story characters that you bring along as well, but you can also recruit generic mercenaries to fill in the class gaps. Additionally, each character levels up and can upgrade their abilities separate, as well as find gear on the battlefield or as a reward for missions, which further augment abilities. These abilities end up being super powerful, with stuff like having bayonet charge fully refund ability points or cooldown faster, leading to some crazy strats. While the game still provides a lot of tactical brain work even on the easiest difficulty, it's considerably more forgiving than an XCOM game, making it worth considering if you've been playing these games before and found them a little too brutal. So overall, this is a turn-based tactics game in the Gears universe that keeps a lot of that Gears flavor. So what do I like about Gears Tactics? Well, the mix of mechanical staples from base Gears into a tactics environment is so seamless, it feels like Gears of War was made for this kind of game. As a fan of Gears, I was able to easily get into the groove with this game and feel like a tactical genius in no time. This is chocolate and peanut butter levels of mixing here. Additionally, the missions have a large amount of variety and keep on adding new enemies and mechanics throughout almost the entire game, which makes every encounter feel relatively fresh. And lastly, I really like this game's bosses. They're fantastic and excellent capstones to acts, requiring you to mix up your strategies and keep an eye on your teammates and really master everything you've learned up until that point. When it comes to the bad, these games always suffer from the RNG gods not smiling on you, and this one is the same. Missing with an 80% chance is still morale crushing, although this game does feel a little more lenient than XCOM, as you can also land like partial hits to help make up for it a little bit. Additionally, the story I didn't find particularly interesting, even though I did really like the characters. It's mostly just a standard war story of recruit the guys and get the thing that these Gears games tend to have. And lastly, while you can do some squad customization, it isn't nearly to the extent of base building and expansion that you get in, say, an XCOM game. You're really just kind of making the best part you can and equipping them, and that's the end of that. So as you know, rate games here on a 3-point scale. Must play, maybe consider, don't bother. I think Gears Tactics is a must play. I think a lot of people overlook this game because it was a Gears of War spin-off that changed genres, but Gears Tactics is so good. It feels like a mainline game in the franchise. The blend of Gears of War mechanics and the tactical environment, like I said before, peanut butter and chocolate, works nearly perfectly, and the game strikes a really good balance of being simple enough for beginners to the genre to come to grips with its mechanics, while also providing a fleshed out tactical experience for those who enjoy more challenge. It is absolutely a solid entry to this franchise, and I really hope it gets a sequel. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and go out there and enjoy the hell out of Gears Tactics.